So we got a nice video for y'all today. For the past few days, we've been getting so much information from 2K themselves. And I've been giving it to y'all, man. Pause, okay? Pause on that. But I'm gonna give you all the information as they come. But what I did is I took some time out and reorganized everything, and I separated them in different categories to make it more palatable for y'all. Whether it's dribbling, shooting, defense, all of that, I broke down everything to make it so much easier for y'all to understand. Y'all make sure and like that video. So we got a few things we gotta dive into, of course. So without further ado, I need y'all to grab yourself that brew and let's get to the video.
If you don't know, it's brutal sim on the scene, wicked and mean. With the next video, one is YouTube thing. We got 2K news and rumors. Don't forget the tutorials and tips. Turn your my player to a bad man and rule the sticks. No matter the mode, record or park, even my career brute will get you a good start. Hit the like button, don't forget the notifications. Comment down below and welcome to the Brute Squad Nation.
So you done know, your boy Brutal, sim on the scene, wicked and mean, with a next video for y'all, man. So we're gonna skip the rest of the intro, of course. You know you gotta show your boy some love and make sure and hit that like, but that's neither here nor there. But we gotta dive into all the information we got so far from 2K and Mike Wang himself. From the dribbling revamps to the shooting mechanic getting a full overhaul, we're breaking down every single confirmed gameplay update right here in this video. So lock in and don't miss a second. So we're gonna start off with one of the 2K's community's biggest concerns over the past few years. I'm talking about dribbling and movements. Of course, we gotta start off with the biggest news out there. Dribbling got a major upgrade. Branching and chaining moves are way more responsive. You can interrupt animations easier than in 2K25. Dribbling inputs are faster and burst mechanics got tuned, according to Mike Wang. That means your player's ability to stop, start, change direction will depend on your ratings and dribble style and your stick skills as well. Because one of the things that he mentioned is one of the old favorites. I'm talking about that Scottie Pippen behind the back wrap is actually making a return as well, along with some more animations. But Pro Play, they did add a significant amount of Pro Play animations to NBA 2K26. Also, motion styles matter big time. It's actually tied to Pro Play, and some styles will be quicker and more explosive, but you will actually need higher ratings to equip those elite packages. I think this will heavily determine how you go with your builds. But let's dive into our next category. We're talking about the adrenaline system. There's been some significant changes in that as well. I'm talking about the adrenaline bars, of course. They're actually back, but with some key changes. You could use quick protect, which is something Dribbler is going to use to protect the ball from people spamming steals, of course, but it won't cost any adrenaline. But if you're out there spamming escape dribble moves or doing the L2 dexing, it's actually going to cost you. Repeating cuts back and forth will drain your adrenaline bar as well. They're actually trying to kill the zigzag cheese and the dexing, so it does make sense. Let me know if y'all like this or not. Put it in the comment section. The next thing I have is the shooting changes or the shooting overhaul that has been taking place or is expected to happen in NBA 2K26. So let's talk about shooting. This year is pretty much green or miss. That's what they claim. So we're gonna have to wait and see. No more RNG in shooting. If you don't green it, you pretty much miss it unless you're playing a pro difficulty or lower. The shot meter off will give you a slight boost with your green window, of course. So there's added incentive to master your timing and don't use that shot meter as any assistance. In my opinion, you could do without it because there's a slight delay with the shot meter either way, but that might just be my opinion. Insta greens are actually here too as well. Excellent release on wide open shots with a good shooter equal automatic greens. And yes, all shot meters from 2K24 and 25 are available, plus a new default, which you're gonna see in the background on the video or the clip. Of course, is the same one that they showed in the courtside report. Now let me break down the rhythm shooting real quick for y'all. Rhythm shooting is all about mastering the shot tempo, which is the throw forward. That looks like that's more important. You don't have to necessarily green the timing, but the better the rhythm, the more forgiving the window will actually be. Button and stick shooting are both viable. Mike Wang actually went out of his way to express that, but the rhythms seem more rewarding to him, but both options are actually balanced this year. That's what they claim. Remember last year, I felt like rhythm had a little advantage and the 2K community wasn't happy, so they actually went above and beyond to make it more balanced. Let me know your thoughts. Also, quick catch and shoot completely unlocked. No badge or attribute requirements. Anyone can actually do it, by the way. So now that we're done with shooting, we could actually move on to the rim running. Y'all know your boy's a rim runner extraordinaire. So we're gonna start off with the finishing changes, then we're gonna move on to layups changes and restrictions as well. Bigs, y'all gonna actually love this section because standing dunks are actually more reliable, especially when not crowded. The green windows for standing skill dunks are now larger due to how fast they actually trigger, because you all know that was a huge problem with standing dunks this year. It would trigger so fast that sometimes it's just impossible to time, so they actually addressed that issue. And now dunking with turbo and the pro stick down is now your main way to activate the meter dunk. They didn't say it's the only way, but they say it's your main way. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that is, because it sounds very simple. Instead of just pressing down and up or left and right or up and down, now you just gotta hold that turbo and tap and hold the right stick down. It sounds very simple, so I actually like that idea. Let me know your thoughts. Open dunks, whether driving or standing, now have a much bigger green window, so it's gonna be extremely difficult for you to miss open dunks, which is completely different from last year, because I would miss a dunk unnecessarily that's crazy early or late. Now they actually address that issue. And don't forget that this year we actually having green on our meters, especially our dunking meters, by the way, right? And if you're a slasher, more flashy dunks are possible even on the shot button when wide open. Now, I hope it's when wide open, because you know one of the things that annoy me is when you're trying to get a dunk, you always see you beat somebody and then they activate a flashy dunk and you get blocked, man. So hopefully they actually address that, because they made a conservative effort to highlight that it's when it's wide open, right? Let's move on to layups and restrictions. Layup packages are tied to height and attribute gates, just like in 2K25. If you qualify for a player layup package in 2K25, you now get their full layup family in 26. Normal, reverse, euro, spin, hop, step, and more. So you gotta qualify when it comes to layup customization. Remember, you could actually customize your layups in NBA 2K26 to your preference. So a lot of the unnecessary animations, you could do without it. You could go ahead and leave that out of your package customization. I actually like that idea as well. So now that I'm done with the rim runner, y'all know I'm a rim runner extraordinaire. Something I'm really passionate about as well when it comes to 2K games is the defense. There are a lot of major changes that was made here as well, so we gotta dive into it, of course, because the pluck steals are now timing and position based. No more can animations, which is, in my opinion, a big W. Lane steals and pass interceptions actually got a slight tune, but it still feels like NBA 2K25 according to Wang. The contest system actually got a big rework. They actually tried to balance how the hands up, the jump contest, and the no jump contest affect the shot outcome. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Like, I have a feeling that this is gonna be tuned multiple times throughout the year, because that's what happens every single year. So I won't be surprised if we see multiple changes over time with this one. Now the full shot feedback is actually back as well, and now shows coverage percentage. So if I see that I can test a shot and I see a 98% and that person hit that shot, nah, Mike Wayne, I'm hitting you up, my G. I'm just playing. And yes, you can actually pull the chair on post-ups by tapping the circle or B when you get bumped. That's actually back in NBA 2K26, and I love that because that was missing in NBA 2K25. So shout out to 2K for trying to make some adjustments within the game. One of the things I'm concerned about right now, because I saw there's some new screen mechanic, I hope they add something so we could avoid screens, because one of the biggest problems I have when it comes to on the defensive end in 2K is getting around screens because of the vacuum screens that's been in the NBA 2K system for the past few years. So I didn't hear anything about that yet. In my opinion, I doubt they address it, but I'm putting this in my video, so hopefully somewhere down the line or someone might see it and get it to the 2K there so they could know it's an area of concern. So now that we covered that, let's get into some passing system updates. Now we're focusing more on configuration changes, of course. We're not talking about the wrapping and all that stuff. I already spoke about that in a previous video, but there are actually some new features right here, some new configurations that y'all might might want to take down. First thing first, flashy passing now require you to press X and circle, or if you're on the Xbox, it's A and B. Self alleys as well, you gotta press square and triangle or X and Y on Xbox. They also added contextual auto lobs. So if you got it turned on, regular passing button will auto lob to moving targets to reduce interceptions at certain points. Now, me personally, if you're an advanced player, you'll probably want to take that off. It's more smarter if you want manual control over your passing. I suggest that y'all take it off and practice to actually pass. But I know a lot of y'all not like that, so I'll leave that there. Let me know your thoughts. I know that's a lot, but let's hit the key takeaways. No more RNG, which is one of the biggest concerns we heard over the past year. It's pretty much green or miss outside of the low difficulty area, which we probably won't play unless we play Macro. Dribbling is going to be faster, tighter, and more skill-based. Dexing actually got a nerf. Adrenaline punishes overuse for sure, trying to cancel out that L2. Shooting, dunking, and the contest logic all got major reworks. Layup, passing, and defense all feels more grounded and rewarding according to the developers. 2K26 is actually looking like this is a community-based game because they're trying to address as much community feedback as possible, man. So let me know what y'all think about the quick summary, and it took me some time to make some notes for y'all. I'm gonna try to do this as much as possible, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, how blessed one, be safe out there, and don't forget, y'all, it's very important that y'all share if y'all like this format so I could continue, because this does take a lot of note. I gotta reorganize a lot of these things to get it to a more palatable state for y'all, man. So hopefully y'all appreciate the work. Till next time, how blessed one, be safe out there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The notification bell is key and free. Peace.